Welcome to our yoga class, our Monday evening yoga class. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Christy and I'm coming to you from Vancouver, Washington. Let's go ahead and begin at the end of our mat. We're going to go ahead and come on down and starting in child's pose. So knees are going to be at the edges of our mat. We're sinking our hips back, bringing our arms forward and just resting our head on the mat. Just relaxing deep into this pose. Feeling our muscles soften after a long day at work. Let's take a few more nice deep breaths in here. On your next exhale, you're going to come up to a nice tabletop position. Knees are in line with the hips. Wrists are in line with the shoulders. As we inhale, we're going to open up the chest. Lift up the chin. And then on the exhale, chin to chest and round the back. Following your breath, inhale, chin comes up. Exhale, chin to chest. Let's do one more breath cycle. After the last exhale, come back to a neutral spine. We're going to take the left leg out behind us, keeping that foot flexed. And then the right arm is coming out in front, reaching that heel towards the wall behind us. Our right fingers really trying to reach for the wall in front of us. And then I want you to bring your knee and elbow together in the center. And then reach them out again. And then meet them in the center. Good. Crunch it in. And extend. Last time. And extend. And bring them back down to that tabletop position. Full inhale in. Exhale. And let's take that right leg out. Left arm out. Reaching for those walls. And then bringing elbow and knee together. And extend. Together again. And extend. 2 more times. Last time. And back to the tabletop position. We're going to untuck those toes and come into a down dog. Pedal those feet out. Perhaps move those hips side to side. And then I want you to go ahead and transition into a plank. Take a nice deep breath in here. And exhale. We're slowly getting lower down. Coming up to Cobra. Back down. And back to down dog. Paddle those feet again. And then I want you to look to the top of your mat. And we're going to walk up. Stay in that nice forward bend. Grab your elbows and rock side to side. Good. Release those elbows, halfway lift with a nice flat back. Forward fold. And I want you to roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Coming up to a strong mountain pose, palms facing forward. Taking a nice deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale, arms are coming up. I want you to grab your left wrist with your right hand. And we're going to lean over to the right side. In that nice stretch. And if it's comfortable for your neck, go ahead and look up to the ceiling. Otherwise, keep it in a nice neutral position. Coming back to center. Release the hands. We're going to swan dive to a forward fold, keeping the knees nice and bent. Halfway lift. Forward fold. And roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Roll those shoulders back. Standing nice and strong and grounded. Inhale, arms come up. Grabbing your right wrist. And then we're leaning to the left. Feeling that great stretch along our right side. Feel free to look up towards the ceiling. Coming back to neutral. Release the hand, swan dive down to a forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Roll up one vertebrae at a time. Roll those shoulders back, palms are facing forward. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, bringing hands to heart center. Releasing the hands. We're going to go ahead and take a step back with our right leg into a nice lunge. Keeping our right heel up, bringing our arms up to a nice crescent lunge. We're just going to stay here for a moment. Breathing into the pose. And then we're going to drop and pivot that back foot, making sure our front heel is in line with the arch of our back foot. Hips are still facing forward into warrior one. Keeping our face nice and calm. And then transitioning our arms to warrior two. Keeping our gaze nice and soft over our front middle finger. Perhaps bending our front knee a little bit deeper. And then coming down to a side angle pose. Either resting your forearm onto your left leg, or you can bring it down onto the ground, bringing that arm overhead. Coming back up to warrior two. Back to warrior one. And then transitioning back to the crescent lunge. And then bringing those hands down. Stepping back into a high plank. Lowering down. Up to cobra. Down to down dog. Looking up to the front of your mat. Stepping or hopping forward. Nice forward bend. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Roll up one vertebrae at a time. Roll those shoulders back. Nice deep breath in. Inhale. Hands to heart center. And then release back to mountain's pose. We're going to step that left leg back into that crescent lunge. Staying nice and strong here. Making sure our front knee does not go over our toes. Finding our breath in this pose here. And then we're going to pivot and drop the heel of our back leg. Making sure the arch of our front foot is the heel of our front foot is in line with the arch of our back foot. Hips are still facing forward. And then bringing our arms to the side, transitioning to warrior two. Keeping our gaze soft over our front middle finger. Transitioning to side angle pose. Again, resting the forearm on the front thigh or bringing it down onto the ground. Looking either up at the ceiling or keeping our head in a nice neutral position. Coming it back up to warrior two. Transitioning back to warrior one. Then back to crescent lunge. Bringing those hands down to a high plank. Lowering down to cobra, to down dog. Taking a few breaths here. And then I want you to go ahead and come back down onto your knees. And we're going to sink our hips back. And we're going to end the practice in child's pose just as we began the practice. Letting our muscles open and soften. Just relaxing. Focusing on your breath. Let's take a few more nice deep breaths in and out. And when you're ready, Gently come up and bring yourself into a nice seated position. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you on this yoga and core practice this evening. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night and a great week to follow. I look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you so much. Namaste.